Hi, my name's Traci Cornelius. I'd like to welcome you to Get Creative with Traci. Today is going to be an uber quick project on this really cute little notepad, which is using the Bigz Butterfly die. It has a little matching Sharpie mini, and you just put it all onto a jump ring. Perfect to give away as gifts, or also if you like selling at craft fairs, that type of thing. So just as an example, I've got some that I packaged up here as well. So to begin with, you want to start with normal copier paper, and I'm not going to cut all of them, but I just wanted to show you a very quick tip with regards to the cutter. So you could cut through, I'm going to try 4 sheets of copier paper, and this is just to save time really, because we're all very busy in our lives, so saving time is a good thing. Okay, now I've already gone ahead and measured the little butterfly that we're going to be using. So for the copier paper, I'm going to cut it 3 1/4 inches, just making sure that they're all lined up. And you see, I can easily cut through 4 sheets of copier paper at the same time. So I would just continue to do that all the way along. So 3 1/4 inches. Discard the excess. And then you want to do this by 2 1/4 inches. So there's 4. So go into 2 1/4 inches again. 8, 12, 16, and then I've got 20. So with these 2 sheets, I'm not going to cut through these ones, but you would have 40 just from from 4 sheets of the A4 copier paper. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to bring in our Big Shot machine, just making sure that you're going to be able to see that. So like I said, I'm using the Beautiful Butterflies Bigz die. So really cute. It has a number of different images, but we're going to be concerned with this whole butterfly here. So I've made sure that my paper fits just over it. Now it is quite tight, it's a tight fit. You've not got a lot of excess, because I didn't really want a lot of wastage. So you will need to make sure that you place it really well. So just spend a little time making sure that it's all in the right place. Pop over your cutting pad and fit the sandwich through. Now because I'm using quite a few sheets of paper, it's going to be harder to go through. The less you use, the easier it is to scroll through. The thicker you make it, the more force you're going to need. Once you've done that, remove your cutting pad, and you can just take off the excess papers, and then we've got our perfect little butterflies. Now for the next step, I've already gone ahead and got organised, and that's purely because you don't need to see loads of cutting. So I've just used a normal kind of hole punch. I think they call it a ticket punch in some of the stationers around here. Now this won't go through so many sheets of paper, but if you take your butterflies, just lay one and only use one as a template over the top, line up your little hole punch, and then you can punch through. And like I said, always use the same one. That way if you're slightly out, you're not going to have a complete uneven section towards the end. Now you can put as many pages or as few to this as you like. The next thing that you'll want to decide is what you're going to have for your cover. So I've decided on using the first edition speciality papers, and I've cut 2. This one is the back, and you can see I've already gone ahead and edged it. They are really, really pretty, and I do really like them, but I do think that they look a bit better once they've been inked. And because I didn't want to use black, because I don't want it to be too stark, I've decided to use some basic grey. So just open up your ink pad, and taking a dauber, transfer on some ink, and you're just going to go around the edge. This technique is also known as distressing, because it gives it that kind of aged look. And you can just keep going around. Depending on how heavy you want the application will depend on how many times you re-ink your dauber. And it really is very quick and simple, but it adds just such a wonderful detail and really makes it pop and bring it to life. So there you go. So again, using the same template that we've used before, this one is going to be my front. So, sorry, I'm going to just lay that behind so that I can punch through, lining up. And then this one is going to be my back, and because it's the back I need to turn the butterfly around, and then once again punch through, and my butterfly pad has now been made, so I can just thread that through the jump ring already. Next thing that I want to do is decorate my little mini Sharpie so that it all matches. And I've cut a piece which is 1 5/8 this way by 1 1/4. Now the best glue that I found to use this is actually the Anywhere glue stick. I have tried using the other glues, and to be honest they don't tend to work quite as well. So put on a liberal amount, and then just choose a starting point and butt it all the way up to the top. It's like a kind of tiny little mini ridge. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. And then you really want to like kind of pull the paper as you're pushing it around, and that's so that it can stay really nice and tight. Now, because the Sharpie is thicker at this end than it is on this one, I need to trim off some of the excess because I don't want too much of the paper to be overlapping. So the way that I do that, I don't do it until this point as well. I'm just going to cut a little V section so it's larger at the bottom, going thinner to the top. And then I can overlap this. Excuse me. So you will need to keep pressing this down quite firmly to make sure that it stays into place. But now we've got our own little decorated Sharpie to go with it too. So then the only thing that we've got left is just to tie on a little piece of ribbon. So here's the ribbon that we're going to be using, and this is the Summer Starfruit satin stitch ribbon. So just cut the required piece, and we're just going to tie it into a knot. Oh. Always happens that you'd be struggling when you're videoing. Then you can just play around with your knot to make sure that it looks all nice and pretty. Just trim off the ends. And there we have it, one uber cute project that you can give away as a gift, or you can sell at craft fairs, you know, that type of things. You could even give them away as hostess gifts if you're a demonstrator. But it's really fun to do, and it's a really useful gift. Please do check out the rest of my videos that I've got on the website, details you'll see below. And please feel free to leave a comment. I really enjoy hearing from you. Thanks very much. Bye.